Hi everyone. So yeah, if you're just joining, if you just have your mat or whatever space that you've got, it might be a towel or a blanket or something, just ready. And we're going to start sitting just as soon as everybody's here. Okay, so we'll make a start. So you're just going to bring yourself into a comfortable sitting position. So if it's comfortable for you to be cross-legged, you can come into Sukhasana pose, so just one leg in front of the other one. Or you can come into a half lotus by bringing one foot to opposite hip crease. So just see which you find more comfortable here. We're just going to tuck the pelvis underneath. We're going to lift out of the crown of our head. So we're sitting up nice and tall. You can just have your hands either on your knees or in your lap. And just taking the time just to settle in. So you can feel your sit bones are grounding. You can feel the weight roughly even through the sides of the body. And you're just starting to soften any tension that you may be holding. So we're relaxing our eyes, we're relaxing our jaw, we're relaxing our cheeks, we're relaxing our forehead. Softening the chest, softening your toes. Just getting yourself nice and comfortable here. We're going to take a few cleansing breaths. So we're going to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then we're going to sigh the breath away through the mouth, releasing a sigh or an ah. And again, nice deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out, sigh the breath away. Last one. Inhale, expand the tummy. Exhale, sigh the breath away. Good. Now just being aware of your surroundings. So you can be aware of things like the different sounds inside of the room, sounds outside of the room. And just listen to these one by one. Notice what you can hear. Start to bring your focus onto your body. Notice how you feel sitting this morning. Is there any achiness, maybe in your shoulders or in your back at all, your hips? Or do you sit generally comfortable and well? Notice how you feel after your night's sleep. How have you arrived on the mat this morning? Bring your focus now back onto your breathing, inhaling and exhaling. We're going to start to expand our tummy with every breath. So hands onto the belly. As you breathe in, expanding your tummy, breathe in through the nose. As you breathe out, relaxing your tummy, breathe out through the nose. And again, inhale, expand the tummy. Exhale, relaxing your tummy. Let's do this a few times. Deep breath in, tummy expands. Breathe out, tummy softens and relaxes. Inhale, guide the breath to the belly. Exhale, the belly softens. Continue to breathe in this way a few times, inhaling and exhaling. Try to keep your face relaxed, your shoulders down, focusing on the breathing. As you breathe, notice that your attention starts to come more into the present moment. The distractions, the surroundings, they move further away, they fade away. You can come into this space. As we focus on the breathing, we're now going to bring into our mind an intention for the day. So you can hold an accompanying image for this. Have an intention of the way that you'd like to go through your day, the kind of way that you'd like to move or nourish your body, the kind of interactions that you'd like to have with others as well as yourself, the kind of thoughts that you'd like to have or affirmations that you'd like to repeat to yourself. And you can repeat this affirmation to yourself now 3 times, just saying it in your own mind. A short, positive, present tense statement, such as, I harness the energy from the sun, or I feel warmth and radiance from the sun. Or it might be, I am at peace within myself. It might be, I am happy and healthy. So something that resonates for you. And notice the feelings that this brings up as you hold this intention for your day. The sensations within your body. We're just going to bring our hands now in front of our heart. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. Now starting to move. So as we round through the hips, we're going to take a breath in. Arms go out and up, big reach. As you breathe out, meet your hands down in front of your chest. And again, we're going to take a deep breath in. Arms go wide, big reach. Breathe out, hands in front of the chest. Doing this once more. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, prayer hands. Good. Now taking your left hand onto your right ear. You're going to start to lean your head over to the left into a gentle neck stretch. And we're just going to place our right hand on the top of the right shoulder. And we're going to take some breaths here. Breathing into that space. Just letting go of any tension at all. And keep your jaw relaxed, your eyes relaxed. And let it go. Switching side, we're going to lean our head over to the right. The left hand rests, taking a few breaths. Just softening any tension at all. Good, and down, hands onto the knees. We're going to start to make half or full circles with our head. So you can either just take your head from shoulder to shoulder, or you can take full circles. We're going to do this a couple of times in either direction. Just starting to loosen up your neck a little bit. And lifting the head again. Now we're going to take a breath in. We're going to raise our left arm, nice big reach. And as we breathe out, we're going to come over to the right into a side stretch. Try to press both hips to the ground and then maybe looking under that left arm if that's comfortable. You might even be able to come down onto your elbow and your lower arm. Keep turning your rib cage to your left. Take some deep breaths, just expanding through the rib cage and the lungs. Now breathing in, we're going to reach our right arm, big stretch. Breathe out, over to the left. Maybe down onto elbow, lower arm. Keep turning rib cage to right, take some breaths. Just welcoming morning air into your lungs. Feel that stretch. Now breathing in, we're going to reach both hands above our head. Breathe out, we're going to take a little twist to our right. The left hand crosses to the right knee and the right hand goes behind you. Taking a few breaths here. Every breath in, sit nice and tall. And every breath out, rotate a little bit more. Rotate the rib cage and look at a point. Nice deep belly breaths. As we breathe in, nice big reach, the palms meet. And as we breathe out, we're going to turn and twist to the left. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Keep twisting on your exhales. We're just helping to give the spine a little stretch and loosen. Letting go of any achiness in the back at all. Now chest to the front of the room. Good. We're just going to change the cross of the legs so they don't get tired. We're going to take our hands behind us for a little arch. So you can either have the fingers facing towards or away from you, what's comfortable. We're going to start to bring the shoulder blades in together and start to lift and open up our chest. So we're getting a nice arch. Keep pressing through the palms and the heart lifts. Taking some breaths here. Maybe you want to open up your throat too. Keep lifting. Just letting go of all the tension in your chest. Now we're going to press through the palms. We're going to take the hands in front and then we're going to start to walk them away into a little fold. Just letting your head and your chest come down. Taking some breaths here. Every time you breathe in, feel length. And every time you breathe out, folding a little bit more. Just keep pressing both hips to the floor. And notice all the different stretches and sensations in your body. Now breathing in, walk your hands in. So we're just going to roll over the feet or legs to one side first, and we're going to come onto all fours. So we're going to prepare for cat stretch. So we're going to spread our fingers. We're going to have our shoulders on top of our wrists and our hips on top of our knees. And you can feel some resistance to the floor, so your arms are straight. As we breathe in, we're going to let the belly dip and we're going to lift the tailbone and our chin. Open up your chest. As you breathe out, tuck the pelvis to the floor, press through the palms and the head comes down. And again, we're going to breathe in, we're going to let the belly dip, lift the tailbone, lift your chin. Breathe out, tuck the pelvis, press through the palms and the head heavy. Doing this a few more times at your own pace. Breathe in, open up the chest. Breathe out, arm round. Just helping to bring mobility into your spine, letting go of all the aches and pains. Making the next one the last round. So we're going to breathe in, open the chest, and we're going to breathe out, arm round, tuck the pelvis to the floor. Keep pressing through the palms. Maybe you just want to sway yourself forwards and backwards a little bit, or side to side. Maybe shaking out your head left and right, if that feels good. Now returning back to neutral. We're going to come into tiger pose. So we're going to breathe in, bring our right knee into our head, tummy in. Breathe out, extend, lift the foot and knee, open your chest. And again, we're going to breathe in, bring that knee to our head. Breathe out, extend, lift the foot and knee. Last one, inhale, knee to the head, tummy engaged. Exhale, we're going to extend. This time we're going to hold different options. You can either stay here or you can lean slightly to your right. Your left hand's going to grab towards your right foot or leg. Don't worry if you don't meet. Keep kicking and lifting the foot, taking some breaths. You can feel the stretch along your shoulder, the extension at the front of that leg and hip. Nice focused gaze. Breathing out, the knee comes to the floor. We're going to come into child's pose. So big toes together. You can either have your knees touching or wider apart. That's more comfortable for your hips. We're just going to walk our arms out in front, letting the head and the chest come down. Taking some breaths here in your child's pose. Every time you breathe in, take a nice deep belly breath, expanding your tummy. Every time you breathe out, just set your hips a little bit closer to your feet, focusing inward so your mind is calming and letting go. Now breathing in, returning back to all fours. We're going to come into tiger pose on the other side. So stacking the joints to begin. We're going to breathe in, bring your left knee into your head, tummy engaged. Breathe out, extend, lift the foot and knee, chest opens. And again, inhale, knee to head. Exhale as you extend. Last one, breathe in, knee to head. Breathe out, extend. It's time to hold, keep lifting that knee. You might lean a little bit left, right hand grabs to inside of the foot or the leg. We'll take some breaths. Don't worry if you can't move, just grabbing towards. Keep lifting the knee and breathing. Breathing out, we come back to the floor, coming into downward facing dog. We're going to spread the hands, tuck the toes, coming into your upside down V shape. So your hands are shoulder distance, your feet are hip distance. As you press through the palms, we're going to start to walk the dog, bending one knee and pressing your other heel to the floor. Getting into the back of the calves and the back of the hamstrings. Notice how the legs feel. So keep pedaling it out, pressing one heel down, upper knee bends. Try to press into all of your fingers and your thumbs. Keep your face soft. Now we hold the dog stretch. We're going to press both heels to the floor, taking some breaths. Keep pressing through the palms, keep lengthening the tailbone. Feel strong in your body. Now we're going to come into plank pose. The shoulders come on top of the wrists, the hips come down in line. Like a press up position, you can always have your knees down. The tummy pulls in, tuck the pelvis. You can either stay or you can sway yourself forwards and backwards a few times, strengthening up your wrists. Now we're going to control the movement to the floor. So knees might stay lifted, otherwise knees down. We're going to take the elbows back and in as you come down onto your front. Untucking toes, so cobra pose. We're going to breathe in, roll the shoulders back and down, open the chest, keep the elbows soft. Breathe out, return to the floor. And again, breathe in, roll the shoulders, open up your chest. Breathe out, back down to the floor. Doing this a few times at your own pace. Elbows hug the rib cage. You can feel strength in the back of your arms and your back muscles as well. Next time, we're going to hold for extra breaths, opening up your chest, taking some breaths here, inhaling, exhaling, nice and strong. Breathe out, we're going to come back to the floor, take a resting pose, either head on hands or arms resting by your legs. You can always sway your hips side to side or your feet side to side. So just what feels good here. Just letting go. Now we're going to come into locust pose. So we're going to take our arms alongside our legs. You can just have your palms facing in or you can clasp your hands. As we breathe in, we're going to roll the shoulders, squeeze your shoulder blades, open up your chest. As you breathe out, you come back down. And again, inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, open your chest. Breathe out as you come back down. Doing this a few more times. Remember, you can just have the palms facing in, reaching to the feet. Twice more, press the hips to the floor, open the chest. Next time, we're going to hold for extra breaths. You might lift up your legs and your knees too. Keep reaching to the wall behind. Take some breaths. Feel yourself lifting higher on your inhales. Now coming back to the floor. Take a resting pose. Opposite cheek to the floor. You can always have your arms by your legs. Maybe swaying hips or feet. Just letting go. Good, now we take hands under shoulders, going to press back to all fours. We're going to bring our left foot between our hands, coming into a lunge pose. Just walking your foot forward a comfortable distance as your hips come down onto the stretch. You've got your ankle under your knee. If you want to make it stronger, you can tuck right toes, lift your knee, press out of your heel. We're going to tuck the pelvis. We're going to start to rise, either hands to the left or you can extend your arms alongside your ears. And we're going to take some breaths here up in our lunge pose. Keep bending your front knee as your hips come down onto the stretch, just untangling all the tension in the hip flexor, the front of the leg. Let's take some breaths. Now take your hands in front of your heart, taking a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to twist and rotate to our left, so towards the leg. Either keep the chest raised, or you can take your right elbow to outside of left knee. Keep pressing the palms together in the center of your chest, twisting more with every exhale. Keep pressing out of the back heel. You can always lower the knee, if it feels too strong. Breathing in, chest to the front of the ring. Breathing out, we're going to take the right hand to the floor. We're going to twist again to the left. This time we're going to raise the arm. Take some breaths here. Maybe looking up at your hand. Inhaling, exhaling. Nice big reach. Breathing out, we're going to take the gaze down. We're going to lower the hand and the right knee to the floor. Coming into our other lunge. So this time you might walk your front foot forward a little bit more, or your right knee back a little, just to deepen the stretch in the hips. Keep bringing your hips down. We can either hold the floor, or we can hold the front of the leg with the hands or the arms. And we're going to take some breaths too. So really getting into the hips now. Nice long inhales and exhales. Keep softening your shoulders down. Keep softening your face. Breathing. Breathing out, we're going to shift our hips to the back of the ring, coming into a hamstring stretch. We're going to flex our left toes. Try not to sit your hips to your feet. So you want to keep that right hip over your knee. So you might just slide the left foot forward a little bit. We're going to keep drawing those toes towards us. Every time we breathe in, we're going to lengthen through the spine. And every time we breathe out, we're going to fold the front of the body towards that leg. Inhale, lengthen, the hamstrings open too. And exhale, folding to that leg, taking some breaths. You can always bend your left knee a little bit. Those hamstrings are tight, there's a strain. Just getting into that stretch. Breathing out, we're going to carefully step back onto the knees. Good, switching sides. So we start with our lunge. Right foot comes in front. Walk your foot forward, bringing your hips down onto the stretch. Make sure that your knee aligns over your ankle. You might tuck your left toes, lift your knee, press out of your heel, make it stronger. We're going to tuck the pelvis. We're going to start to rise. So you can either have your hands on the front of the leg, or you can extend your arms alongside your ears. Feel a lengthening at the front and the sides of the body. We're going to take some breaths. Keep looking at a point in front of you to focus your gaze. Keep bringing those hips down onto the stretch. Now we're going to take our hands in front of the chest. Take a nice breath in and down. We rotate to our right towards our leg. You can either keep the chest raised or left elbow crosses to outside of the right leg. And we're going to take some breaths here. Remember, you can always lower your back knee if it feels too strong. Every inhale, expand your tummy, take a deep belly breath. And every exhale, twisting a little bit more. Gaze on a point. Breathing in, chest forwards, left hand comes down. Breathe out, right arm extends. Taking some breaths here, maybe looking up at your hand. Nice deep breaths, the heart opens. Feel that stretch. Good, breathing out, gaze down, we lower the hand, we lower the knee, coming into your other lunge. This time you might walk your front foot forward a little bit more, sink the hips further, or your left knee back a little. You can either hold the floor either side of the foot, or you can have your hands or your arms resting on the front of the leg. We're going to take some breaths, just breathing into that stretch, untangling all the tension and the tightness. You can just be aware of sides of your body. So how does this one feel? How does this one compare? You can be aware of what's happened to your attention. If it's wandered away, bring it back onto the breathing and the body to re-engage. Now coming into hamstring stretch, hip shift to the back of the ring, toes flex. You might slide the foot forward a little bit just to keep that left hip over your knee. Every inhale, finding some length. And every exhale, folding towards that right leg. Just taking some breaths. Might want to wiggle your toes side to side a little bit. Notice your calf, notice your hamstring. This can sometimes feel quite a strong stretch, so just breathing deeply into it. Now breathe out. We go back onto the knees. We're going to return into dog stretch. Plant your hands, tuck your toes, come into your upside down V shape. You can either hold the stretch or you can walk it out. Bend one knee, press other heel down. Maybe you want to give your head a little sway side to side, looking under your shoulders. So see what feels good here. Keep pressing through the palms. Keep lengthening your tailbone and your heels. Good. Now we come back onto the knees. We're just going to take the legs to a side, bringing them all the way around in front of you for a sitting stretch. We're going to flex our toes, sitting up nice and tall. Keep those hips level. We're going to take a breath in as we reach, and we're going to breathe out, fold over your legs. And again, we're going to breathe in, sit nice and tall, reach, breathe out, fold over the legs. Last one, breathing in and breathing out. We're going to hold this time. Either grab your feet or your legs. You might hook your middle and index fingers around your big toes. You might grab your shins or ankles, so just what feels good here. Bringing your chin in slightly. You soften the face and take some breaths. Just remember you can bend your knees if the hamstrings tight or any strain. Just let your mind relax. Breathing out, walking hands in. We're going to take a twist, so we're going to bend our right knee into our chest. Either keep the foot here or you can cross your foot over to your left. You might bend your left knee as well. Place your foot flex beside your right hip. Keep those sit bones level to the floor. We're going to take our right hand behind us. We're going to breathe in, reach our left arm, big stretch. Breathe out. As you rotate to your right, either hug your leg or cross your leg. Keep twisting to the right. And we're going to take some breaths here. Every time you breathe in, sit nice and tall. Every time you breathe out, further that twist. You can feel the belly expanding as you breathe. And you can feel different sensations like inside of your hips and your back as well. Gives everything a nice stretch and a massage, these twists. Breathing out, untwisting. We're going to switch sides, so we're going to bend our left knee in. We might cross our foot over to the right. Maybe bend your right knee too, the foot flex beside the hip. Keep both hips level, the left hand behind. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, hug or cross. We twist to our left. Taking a few belly breaths here. Inhaling, exhaling. Keep furthering that twist as you exhale. Keep pressing both hips to the floor, nice and evenly. Breathing out, untwisting. Good. Now we're going to place our feet to the floor. We're going to slowly roll ourselves down. So you can either have your arms raised or you can hold the floor a bit more gentle. Tuck the pelvis. We round our spine. We come down. When we get there, we can take a full body stretch. So we're stretching our arms, we're stretching our legs, maybe just wriggling at your hips a little bit, side to side. Give the sides of the body a little stretch. Now we're going to hug our knees into our chest, just taking a nice little hug and a rock side to side, letting go of any achiness at all. We're going to come into happy baby pose. So we're going to take elbows inside knees. You can either grab your big toes with your middle and index fingers, lift up your feet, or you can grab the outside edges of your feet. If that's not comfortable, hold your ankles or your shins. Separate your feet as wide as comfortable, bending knees to armpits. And we can either be still or we can gently rock ourselves side to side. Just taking some breaths here, breathing into the hips and the legs. Nice breaths. Feel that nice hip stretch. Now we take the soles of our feet together, final posture before relaxation, lying butterfly pose. Just letting your knees settle down towards the floor. Another good hip stretch. Keep lengthening your tailbone to the front of the mat. You might just raise the pelvis an inch or two and then settle it back down. Keep your shoulder blades moving down from your ears. Just let your arms rest by your side or on your tummy if that feels better for you. And just take a few breaths here. As you inhale, expand your tummy and your chest. As you exhale, relax your chest and your tummy. Breathe in, the tummy expands and the lungs fill. Breathing out, the lungs deflate and the tummy softens. Keep breathing in this way, into your tummy and your chest on the in-breath, out of your chest and your tummy on the out-breath. Feel the pull of gravity as your knees settle to the floor. Your mind is just letting go. See, as you hold this pose, if you can bring your intention that you set at the start of the class into your mind, or your affirmation, and you can repeat this to yourself 3 times. Notice the accompanying feelings that brings up within your body, the sensations. Know that you can hold this space or this feeling throughout your day, something to return to. Now gently lifting your knees, we're going to take just a big stretch or any stretch that feels good before a minute or 2 of relaxation. And you can just start to settle yourself into your Shavasana pose. So you're resting your head in alignment with your spine. You're just letting your arms relax by the side of the body, and you're softening your hands and your fingers. Just take your time just to rest here, making yourself as comfortable as you can. The front of the body softens, the muscles of your face, the eyes, the jaw, the cheeks, the forehead relax. The front of your chest relaxes and your toes. Take the time just to notice how you feel in your body right now towards the end of the practice. The different parts and the different sensations. You can notice temperatures, you can notice textures, things that grab the focus. Now resting yourself on your breathing, the breath in and the breath out. Just let your breath be natural and free flowing. Welcome it into the body and let it out. Every time you breathe out, feel as though you're letting go more and more. You're softening tension and you're becoming more still and at ease. Take some moments of stillness and calm just to be with yourself and your breathing. Now start to deepen your breathing once again. Breathing in, breathing out. And you can just start to wriggle your hands and your feet, moving and stretching. Maybe you let your head roll over to the right and the left. Stretch your arms to the back of the room. Take a full body stretch. Stretch your legs. Now hug your knees into your chest. Find a little hug and a squeeze. You can rock yourself left and right. Rock yourself over to your right into fetal position for a moment. Then you can press from there up to sitting. You're just going to come to sit nice and tall. As you breathe in, you can take a nice big reach, big stretch. And as you breathe out, your hands come down in front of the chest. Okay, namaste everybody. Hope you feel all right. If you've got any questions, do just stay on and ask me your questions. But yeah, hope to see you soon and have a lovely day.